Hello, David, and welcome back to, I believe, the 32nd episode of A Quick Brew.
32, and we're going strong. Cheers, James.
We are. Cheers, what have you gone for? Oh, cheeky. I've gone Gaviscon.
Oh. No. Sorry. Cheers. Professional.
I've gone
Business pod.
Gaviscon, which I'm washing down with a Kronenberg.
Okay, so just give up.
1664.
Totally give up at this point.
I'm totally giving up at this point.
Disclaimer for the audience: we're filming this episode on a Friday afternoon, and it seems as though we've eased into the afternoon rather nicely.
100%.
Rather nicely. So anyhow, we had a quick pre-chat, so to speak. You started complaining, which is unusual, but has been known.
Very unusual.
Has been known.
Has been known previously.
So rather than waste that conversation, thought we'd just roll it into this recording, see where it takes us. So this is your platform, James. Kick off. What's got your goat?
A couple of things has been frustrating me this week. And we'll come to like my name, obviously New Wheels, in a moment, because it's excitement, but also mixed with pressure that I didn't need. But we'll go into it. So one of the main things, we sent out some mail shots to like current clients or people that are subscribed to our list around sort of like more training around DE&I, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And some of the responses we got back for that, one in particular was stop pushing this DEI nonsense. That's the problem with the world. But basically,
that is the problem. Singularly, that is the problem.
That is the problem with the world, is that companies are pushing and promoting this DEI nonsense. And
it's wrong.
Initially, I was frustrated because it's, for me, when somebody responds like that, it's generally down to race or something to do with the LGBTQIA plus community. Nobody takes into consideration that it's about including everybody in the team within your workplace and creating happier and healthy workplaces. It's about helping people with that people that are neurodivergent individuals and feel more included within the workplace. And it was just so charged. And I've been contemplating after. I'm sadly, one of my guilty pleasures is Married at First Sight Australia. I'm going to let that. Yeah. So for the viewers that are watching visually, David pulled a very, very disappointed face there.
Very disappointed. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
Just disappointed. Like when you.
So what's this? Sorry, Married at First Sight Australia.
Yeah. So it's basically a show where people have been single for a while, or they want publicity, basically, and decide to marry a stranger at first sight. And then the experiment goes through with, they've got couples challenges, and it's usually done. Well, obviously, experts match these people based on their profile. But put them through this process. And it's usually carnage. But this year has been so much more carnage than normal. I mean, some of the women haven't shed themselves in the best light. I'll be completely open and honest about that. There's been some horrible toxicity and bullying that we've seen throughout it.
Woman to woman or
woman to woman. Yeah. It's, they're basically packs of women ganging up on one particular woman. And it's really disappointing to see, but it sort of like confirmed my feelings that there is an underlying anger and there's a lot of problems in the world that are underlying and seem to be now coming to the surface. And there was also a man on there called Tyson, who is probably one of the most openly misogynistic, homophobic people that I've ever met. Keeps on saying he's been brought up on traditional values. Basically, the woman should stay at home, do the cooking, cleaning.
Sorry, you said you've ever met. So you weren't on the show, were you, James?
No, sorry. So I've ever encountered.
So I thought I'd missed a massive part of the story, and I thought you were actually on the bloody show there for a minute. But okay, so I wouldn't have been disappointed. I would have actually been mad then. That's a different way around again. But okay.
But yeah, he keeps on saying that he lives by traditional values, and the woman should stay at home. And but then it keeps contradicting himself. And at the same time, we're saying, well, no, I want an ambitious woman. It's like, well, an ambitious woman's not going to stay at home and look after the kids, mate. Like, think about it, dickhead. And it's been a horrible watch to see how he speaks to Stephanie, who is the partner that he's got matched up with, and it all came to a head on so that they'll basically go through challenges every week, and then they'll have a session on the couches with the psychologists and the experts on the Monday. And yeah, it went on there, and there is actually a gay couple on the show, Sam
Mhm.
and Chris, and they're unbelievable together. I think they're going to be basically the success story of this season. And even in his reaction, which I'll go to in a minute, but yeah, Stephanie was mentioning about her problems with Tyson in the sense that he's closed-minded, very opinionated. He needs to realize that words have effect, and you can't just basically blurt out and say anything you want. And part of the thing that had come up during the week was the fact that he said, "No, I'm fine with gay people. I've got gay friends, but they should basically just keep that behind closed doors." And there was a very poor reaction to Sam and Chris announcing that um, Chris was going to be a father. And you saw him at the dinner table being like, it's like the most horrifying news. And it actually flipped
Yeah.
to a clip of him saying, I just don't get that. What, like, gays being a dad? And it's
Mm,
like, oh my God. And it's just
mm,
like, it's like highlighting things since like Trump's come into power and all of this. I'm worried for the world at the minute. I'm really, and then his reaction when he was actually getting pulled up and tried to be held accountable for the wrong things that he's saying, stormed off the show. And that's the reaction that you get with most of these people as well, is once you challenge their beliefs, they can't have an educated conversation about it. They can't have
no.
an educated debate about it because they don't want to hear anything else. They're right. Everyone else is wrong. If you challenge me, I'm fucking off or I'm kicking off. And I'm worried. I'm worried for the way that the world is shaping.
Have you watched the Louis Theroux Manosphere
Mm.
documentary?
Did you?
I did, mate. I did, and it was really that kind of morbid curiosity. I've heard enough about it that I thought if I don't watch it, then I can't have an opinion on this. But mate,
It's shocking.
it's worse than I thought.
It is.
Frankly, I
It
can't
is. It
believe
is. It
these
is
characters are walking
absolutely
around.
shocking. And I've seen a lot. So I've been following HS TikToking since because there's people that are obviously slating him, and there's a particular guy that keeps taking the mick out of him, and he's
Mhm.
basically said he's going to come off social media now because he can't handle it. And it's like, well, just change your beliefs. There's still time. You're a young lad. You don't have to
Mm.
stick with these beliefs that you have. And watching the Manosphere, some of the views and the opinions that they have, uh, it's like we've gone back in time to 1960.
Mm. Yeah, I
It's
agree. Maybe
and
earlier.
I mean, it's when you say like one step forward and two steps back, I don't think it's even that anymore. I think with the changes and everything that's going on in the world, it seems like we've taken 3 decades worth of steps back. It's
I think it's like a bungee cord, isn't it?
yeah, it's
You know.
absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And I do fear, literally fear for the world and what state we're going to be in. If the deterioration has been that fast and that
Mm.
visible and that dramatic, what's it going to be like in another year's time?
But you can cancel culture. I'm not a massive fan of cancel culture because I don't think it's always right. Just this broad brush, you're cancelled and you're out, and there's no judge. It's just an opinion and a movement, and someone, could lose something that's been built up over years. It may not even be fair. However, you get to vote with your feet more than ever now, don't you? And if someone is creating content, material, opinions on platforms, then you don't have to buy into it. You don't have to
But so
embrace
many
it.
young impressionable minds do, as you
Well,
saw
you
from
saw
the
them, didn't you,
Manosphere.
on the streets? You
Yeah,
saw them on the streets talking to
coming
them. It's
up
like
to
it's hero worship.
and that one of the comments, the guy that he went to see, I've forgotten his name now, but it was like, "First off, I want to tell you I love you." No, you don't. You've just met him, knobhead. You
Yeah.
don't love him.
Yeah.
You're not
Mm,
Jesus. But that's
mm,
the way that
mm,
he seemed to be portraying himself. Do you know what?
mm.
And that's the tactic, I think. I mean,
Of course it is.
the guy that they went to see, the one that was holding the dog. What was his name? The black guy that was on there and watching
So
his podcast. What was his name?
yeah, so I as everyone knows now, I work in recruitment, but one of my blind spots is I'm terrible on names, which is actually quite problematic working in recruitment. But I found a workaround over the years, so it's all good. So I don't remember his name, but I remember the character.
Unbelievable. The attitude, the venom.
Scary.
It really was scary. And yeah, It's a worry for me because, as you know, I'm a very proud father of my daughter Sienna,
Likewise.
and
Yep.
as you are a very proud father, it's what's the world going to look like when these? I mean, if she ever came home with HS Ticky Tocky, it'd be like a scene out of Bad Boys.
Mate, I'll come over and be I'll be the Will Smith character if you want.
No, wait. I'm not being Marcus. Ever slept with a man, Reggie? You want to?
I love that. But no, you're right, and actually that was one of the reasons I watched it, because obviously having a daughter, she's secondary school, and yeah, I thought, look, I've heard so much about this. It sounded pretty rough, and I wanted to see it, and
It was like a car crash, wasn't it? It's like
it
you
was,
had to keep watching as much as you hated it, and I did.
Mm.
I'll be honest, I considered turning it off a couple of times. I was like, I can't watch this. I can't. But it was like that. But and everyone seemed to get worse.
Yeah, and you got a guy promoting whatever OnlyFans girls while simultaneously saying you disgust me.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, come on. It's so sad. It's horrible, isn't it, to be honest?
horrible. Lumina proudly sponsors the Quick Brew podcast. Lumina is your AI conversation coach, helping leaders manage difficult conversations successfully. Practice in a safe environment without fear of judgment. If you want to hear more information about Lumina and practicing conversations that count, go to wellityglobal.com/meet-lumina and use offer code BREW10. Yeah, on a lighter note, I'm getting a new car.
Nice. Very nice.
Yes.
It's another Aston.
Not another Aston. No, I've got a Qashqai. It's a hybrid Qashqai.
Very nice. Very popular Qashqais. I know quite a few people with them. Yeah.
And yeah, sorted all the. So when I buy a car, what I'll tend to do is like go and compare the makeup, compare the market, not the makeup.
Great marketing, isn't it? That shows you, doesn't it?
Alexander. And Sergey. And I like to compare various finance quotes. I like to get my finance sorted, then select a car. So I'll tend to have a look at a few different cars, see which one I sort of like, contact the finance company. This is the kind of range that I'm looking at. Get all of my finance sorted, put them in touch with the car dealership, basically sort all that out. And when I've done it previously, I've basically been able to say to the finance company, yep, ring, secure me the car, tell me when it's ready, I'll go pick it up. Obviously, you'll do a test drive there. If the test drive, everything's not as it seemed and as advertised, but I only ever really go with trusted dealers on Auto Trader. If there is a problem at that stage, you can apply for a vehicle change and everything else. But the car's then ready. I can basically
It's done in principle at that point.
Done in principle. I go test drive it. Yeah, it's fine. I can drive it off, basically, because the car's already paid for. And I prefer to do it like that. I'm a busy man. I haven't got time to waste. So found this car and got everything secured. Said to the finance company, got a great car finance company, by the way, Car Finance 24/7, Ishmael and Ecan have been looking after me over there. Brilliant little plug.
Sorry, have they paid you for this, or you're literally doing that
this, but I'm
pro bono?
Pro bono. Happy to give a little pro bono plug. They were great guys. They've got everything sorted for me.
Okay.
Then get a phone call, so earlier today, really sorry, James, they're not going to release the vehicle until you've test drove it. They're not going to release the documents for the vehicle until you've test drove it, so we can't purchase it.
Okay.
It's over in Kent. I was like, right, okay, set off. Went and test drove the car. I thought, this is strange. This hasn't really happened before. And then I realised why they'd done this. ... So in my what I thought the day was going to involve was, I'll drive over to Kent, I'll test drive it, have a look around, kick the tyres, usual thing. Happy with that? Sound. Get it all sorted.
Yes.
Got there, and that's how it started. Went round, viewed the car, kicked the tyres. Disappointed there wasn't any car mats in there, but that wasn't going to hold me back from doing the deal.
So no. Did they have the paper mats in at least, or
no? Yeah, had the paper mats in, but no car mats underneath.
But no actual carpet. or
No,
even rubber mats? Nothing.
no, nothing. But
Just
then
carpet.
the reason I wasn't going to let it hold back the deal is because I tend to order like custom ones from this company I've used for a while anyway that I really like, and it's one of my
Custom
little.
car
Yeah, it's
mats.
only 40 quid, and they're really really nice. I
What
like
do you
them.
do? Do you put your little initials? Do you get a
No, it's like
monogram on them?
it's like basically the lining of the car mat is the same color of the car. It's I just like it.
Do we call it piping?
Piping, the piping. Thank you, Dave.
Words of the
Yes,
day? Piping?
word of the day, piping. There we go. Excellent.
Bing!
Tick. So I wasn't gonna let that hold me back. So yeah, 20 minutes in,
Mm.
you're like, yep, really happy with the car. We'll go ahead with it.
Yep.
I then went into the office to get all of this sorted out. The sales, I'm not going to name and shame the company and name and shame the sales individuals here, but this is where I find pushy sales a massive problem. So it all transpires. The reason they probably wanted me in was for this. So I've sat down. The person then comes out and says, "Right, okay, we've got it all sorted. I just want to let you know about our alloy wheel protection and our cover and everything else." So I was like, "Yeah, no, honestly, I'm fine. I've got it all sorted. Yeah, but I have to tell you about it." Okay. So
Right.
they go through their
Have to.
finance options, and he says, "And we can do all of this for X." I was like, "Yeah, but that's £100 more than what I'm paying now." And he was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "Yeah,
Is that apples for apples? So the same cover,
same company."
exactly
Well,
as
it went
is.
into that. Well, you need to be careful. It's not apples for apples, and he started to go through all the details. Well, yeah, exactly the same. Um, and he said, "Oh, you must have got a really good deal." And I was like, "Yes, I've used them for a while, and yeah, my credit ratings very good. So yes, I
Well
have got
done.
a good deal."
Yep.
Oh, right, okay. So he wanders off. Gone to speak to his boss. His boss obviously said, "No, not accepting that. Go pitch it again." Okay, well, what if we could get it down to this? And remember, you get this cover, this cover, this cover. And I was like, "Yeah, but it's still £50 more expensive than I'm already paying." And he was like, "Oh, right, yeah, okay, I'll go tell him." Wanders back off. Half an hour in at this point. Comes
So
back out
it
another.
started. It started at the same cover, but 1,200 quid more a year. Then they've come back, same cover, 600 quid more a year, and he's
And then still going.
yeah.
So he wanders off for about 10 minutes, comes back out, and he was like, "Right, so I've had a look at it, and we can actually get it down to this. £20 more than what I'm currently paying." And I was like, "But it's still £20 more." I was like, and in the end, I went, "Do I have to find a different dealership to buy my car from?" And he was like, No, I'll go tell him. I'll go tell him." So he wanders off, gets everything sorted, comes back out sort of like 10 minutes later and says, "Right, yeah, so we've got everything sorted. Our team will send off all the documentation. Your finance company will then obviously be in touch and pay the full amount, etc., etc."
Mhm.
This all already agreed. I've already signed an agreement with my finance company to pay for this vehicle. I then had to wait for the guy from finance to sort of come and talk to me to see how long it was going to be. And I was thinking, he's not coming to talk to me to see how long it's going to be. Then
It's
came
not, is he?
through, "Has he been through all of the options with you?" "Yes." "Did you know you can get this without?" I was like, "Yes." "Did you know you get this?" "Yes." "Did you know?" And he kept on going, "And are you sure you?" I was like, "Right, I'm not being funny, pal." I said, "But I am coming to the end of my tether now. I've been here
Mm.
45 minutes. I've explained. This will be the fourth time that I'm explaining. I'm happy with the deal that I've currently got." I said,
Yeah.
"Would you, if I'd have come in here with a debit card with 20 grand on and said, 'I'd like to buy that car, please,'
Mhm.
convince me to try and take finance?" And he went, "Well, no." I went, "And this is essentially the same thing. The money's there. It's ready to be transferred. I just want to buy that car. Thanks, pal. I don't want your finance. I've been through this 4 times. And if I have to go through this again, I'm going to cancel the whole thing."
So I don't know the used car market well enough. Is there more margin in finance agreements than in the
Well,
car itself, do
it'll
you
be a
think?
commission to the
Yeah.
the people that are selling it. So it,
Yeah, of course. So is there fee? I mean, is there more on that, do you reckon?
it's
More fat
well,
on
I,
that
I
than
knew that the
the
commission
car?
on the car of straight sale was 300 quid. That's all that they
Okay.
get, which isn't a brilliant or a massive amount. But sell
Got to
15
do
a
volume,
day,
haven't you, for that?
got to do volume. But so I imagine that the incentives for the company, for the finance partner that they have are massive. Um, so when you tend to think that, say a car that's about 20 grand, on 10% APR, you're probably paying what, six back, 6, 7 back. So that they're probably going to be getting at
Mm.
least 10, 15% of that. So you're talking that they're going to come out with 1,400 quid as opposed to the 300 quid. Then obviously additionals where they sell the alloy wheel cover, where they sell the extended warranty.
Yeah.
How often do people check? There's going to be some commissions on that. So I can understand wanting to discuss it with you and wanting, but this is the thing what I was talking about, pushy sales. I was very, very close to cancelling the whole thing and they'd have lost out on selling a car.
It's like walking into the baker's, isn't it, and saying, I want a Belgian bun. And they're saying, yeah, but we got this carrot cake.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Have you tried our cheese and onion pasties? I've just eaten, thanks. Oh, yeah, but the cheese and onion pasties, forget it. I'm gone. But yeah. And that was my other little annoyance for today.
I love a little upsell. Can't lie. I love an effort.
An upsell, and I understand. The first couple of times he spoke to me about it, I'm in sales. I understand it.
Yeah, you respect
but it was that third and fourth time where it's like, I've said no now.
Yeah.
I've said no to this. Will be the third time that I'm saying no to you. I understand everything with it. And the deal I've got of a trusted relationship I've already had with another provider, I'm still the happiest with. So please just sell me the fucking car.
It's got you go. I mean, I said before, I said at the start, got you go. Glad we put the sponsor bit in between there, because otherwise we'd be we wouldn't have had any of it. So, mate, that's good. Look, I think you're right, and we've covered a few things there, obviously. But pushy sales, you got to sell. We're salespeople, great, but know where the line is, and understand actually that they're going to damage. You're not rushing back there, are you?
Well, the next time I come to, because I'll usually chop in my cars every 2 years, and look to get something different. I won't be going back there.
There you go. So
I will not be going back there. I'll pick somewhere else.
And again, sales classic, isn't it? You've entirely lost the war for the potential of winning a battle. It's completely ridiculous. But there we go, mate. All right. Well, look, let's wrap it up. It's Friday, so we should probably get on. But good chatting. I know that you're going to come back happier next week. You've just got to. It'll be a guest episode, so you always behave yourself with the guests anyway. but mate, look, have a good weekend. And
you too, buddy.
Well, look, our audience watch this on Wednesday, so that don't make much sense, does it? But have a good one. Cheers, guys. On to the next one.
On to the next.